ignoring the fact that you have pointed ears. You want a man who is attracted to you of his own volition. You hit the nail on the head. Everything you've just asked for, I could give you. I am alright with this decision. I'm okay with this turn of events. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I'd like to play a game that's part of the Yandere Game Jam of 2026 called Dark Roast Romance. You've never been a huge fan of coffee, unless it's a caramel cappuccino or it's something mixed with hot chocolate. It's way too bitter. You're going to add copious amounts of milk and sugar then. Why drink coffee anyway? Yeah, I'm gonna put half a serving of hot chocolate in it anyway. Not to mention the way the liquid sits on your taste buds. It's the absolute worst. And yet, here you are, sitting in the last place you'd ever be, a coffee shop, waiting on your date to show up. He was the one to recommend the place, claiming that it had some of the best coffee he'd ever tasted. It'll make you start liking coffee, I promise. We'll see about that. You move to take another spiteful sip from your cup, just to prove a point to no one but yourself. I mean, one, maybe two times, I have had coffee that, bitter black coffee that actually tasted not horrible. Bull hockey. He's already 15 minutes late. And you aren't sure how much longer you should wait before finally declaring that you've been stood up. You fish around your bag for your phone, intent on opening the dating app you met the guy on. Oh, what a cute little keychain. Oh. As much as you hate sending multiple texts at once, your time is valuable as well. And quite frankly, it's being wasted. When you open the app, your eyes jump to the names at the top of your shared chat. What does your name say? It says Espoir, which means hope and in French. Josh and Espoir. Except it's only Espoir right now. Gosh darn it, Josh! Hey, I'm here. Stressed smiley face. I could order for you if you want. He's still not responding. Joshua! He hasn't even read the messages yet. Hello? Did something happen? Are you dead? Do I need to panic? I'll be here for another 5 minutes, then I'm leaving. You don't even attempt to mask the grimace on your face. Idly, you take another drink. Now it's cold and bitter. Oh, you can relate. Cold and bitter. Ugh. My, is the coffee that bad? Is that the sound of someone who's going to get punched, figuratively? A playful voice asks. Your head snaps up, thinking it's your previously missing in action date. It is indeed not. It's not? The pictures you've seen of him don't match this stranger at all. The man takes a seat across from you before you can even say anything in return. Hi. Oh no. Oh dear. Ignoring the fact that you have pointed ears. Good day. I sincerely hope I haven't taken someone else's place. Oh, no, you haven't. Can I ask why you decided to sit here? Oops, you hope that didn't come off as rude. You were genuinely curious, though. Are you a cosplayer? My, aren't you a tall drink of water, and I just love moisture.
You're a tall drink of water, and I just love moisture.
Truthfully, I'd like to ask you the same thing. Your brow quirks. I'm waiting for someone, which is probably the safer thing to say in this position. I was waiting for someone. Oh, was it a date, perhaps? How do you... The man's head pops lazily in your direction. Your appearance says it all, you know. He's all like, you've got your hair all nice and curled. You must have left it in curlers for a week in anticipation. You're dressed immaculately. Anyone would assume you have a date, my dear. Not like the a-hole showed up, though. Anyway, if you think I have a date, why are you still sitting here, mister? His smile widens. Oh no. Is he a fox-faced character? Is he a character who looks like they have their eyes closed all the time? Oh no, my favorite. Sourus? Sour-is? Cute. Well, you suppose it's only polite to give your name in return, even if it's clear this guy is just flirting. I'm espoir. It means hope, in French, as in I hope you're single. Espoir, huh? Hope. What a lovely moniker. So anyway, sir, I've got this wedding ring here. Would you like to have it, sir? Hold on, I'm still recovering a little bit from that. That shot me right in the heart. That got my little heart. I suppose I'll be calling you that then. For now. For now? Just me and Espoir in the game are like, for now? His smile takes on a more seductive edge. It's lovely to meet you, darling. Saurus then leans in closer, indicating his eagerness to continue conversing. Now, tell me, Espoir, where is this date of yours? They must be a fool to keep a woman like you waiting. I could be waiting on a friend, maybe. Hold on now, maybe. Me and my friend just like to get gussied up and just like prance around and be cute, We don't have to be cute for a date. With such an irate expression on your pretty face? Okay, yeah, all right, you got me. You got the tater. You got me. Yeah. I doubt it. Were you grimacing that hard? I probably was. Defeated, and tired of continuing the bit, you decide to confirm his assumption. Well, the date I was waiting for must have had better things to do. Haven't heard from him since yesterday when he invited me out. A pinch forms in between Saurus's furrowed brows at your words. So, not only did he stand you up and waste your time, but he also didn't even have the decency to cancel. You scratch at your cheeks as a sour chuckle spills from your lips. Also, he made me drink this awful coffee. Sounds like you pieced it all together. Saurus sighs. It's the same kind of sigh a disappointed parent would give. Well, it seems like you truly do need my assistance, then. The expression on your face asks the question before your mouth does. What do you mean? Allow me to reintroduce myself first. My name is Saurus, and I am a wish granter sent to Earth to help the little humans in need. Oh. Are you fairy godparent? And you, my dear? Saurus pauses dramatically, making a show of checking you out, despite his closed eyelids. You're suddenly extremely conscious of your outfit. What? I just wanted to match my profile picture. Are very much in need. You squint your eyes at him. Okay, so let's say I actually believe you. What makes you think you can help me? I'd say I'm quite qualified to do so, as it is literally my purpose in life. Saurus then puffs his chest out a bit, clearly preening. Whatever it is you want, I can grant it for you. Fame, fortune, fantasies. Funnel cake? Even love. Huh? His golden... No. Oh dear. I love when characters have golden yellow eyes. It's my favorite. Oh no, he has fox face and golden eyes? He may be. Have you been reading my diary? His golden irises seem to glow as they bore into you, setting off a series of shivers throughout your body. You swallow, lay gulp. And what would I owe you in return if I accepted your help? Oh no, if he's a fae, I already gave him my name. Well, Saurus' smile fills you with an emotion you can't exactly place at the moment.
Recompense would come at a later date, my dear. For now, your wants and needs are far more important.
You frown. That doesn't exactly answer my question, Saurus. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. The mysterious man waves a hand around dismissively.
I can understand your hesitance, dear Espoir, but please know that it is completely misplaced. As a wish-granter, I have nothing but your best interests at heart,
he says, placing a hand over where his heart would be. You can't expect me to just take your word for it, right? We literally met today, and first impressions haven't been the strongest, you know.
How about this? I'll grant you a wish right now, something small and free of charge, in order to gain your trust. If you aren't satisfied, then I will take my leave and you won't see me again. How does that sound?
Not bad at all, if you're being honest. You heard free, and that was more than enough. All right, then. Saurus perks up at your answer. Something small, right? You take a moment to think, eyes slowly roaming over the little cafe to help with wish ideas. Eventually, your eyes settle on your now cold and very disappointing cup of coffee. Couldn't hurt to test his self-proclaimed wish-granting prowess on it, right? As a reminder, you begrudgingly take another quick sip. Yep, still tastes like cold, soggy dirt. Saurus's head tilts a bit, curiosity leaking from his posture. I want you to make this coffee taste good. Like, extremely good. He pauses.
Is that your wish?
It's small, so it should be pretty easy to grant. He's like, I can't do that. Coffee always tastes bad. Right, Mr. Wish Granter?
Of course.
He rubs at his chin, pensively for a moment.
But are you sure you don't want to use your freebie on something a bit more impactful?
You shake your head, then gesture towards your cup. Nah, I'll save impactful for after you've shown me what you can do. Make my coffee drinkable, please. Saurus nods once, chuckling.
Your wish is my command, my dear. Close your eyes for me.
You snort. What are you, a magician?
Do you want tasty coffee or not, Espoir?
He just turns it into hot chocolate. There you go. Okay, fine.
You may open them now.
That was fast. You peer down at your cup, quickly noting the billows of steam rising from the liquid within. Skepticism brews in your chest. You're not exactly sure what he could have done to accomplish such a thing, and you didn't hear him get up from his seat or move for that matter. Even with your eyes closed, you could tell that much. So how?
Well, have a drink, darling. I'm confident it will be beyond your standards.
All right. Still a bit hesitant, you raise the cup to your lips, slowly. You then blow a few times, redirecting the pillars of steam towards Saurus, who's just smiling away, just right in his face. Once most of the steam is cleared from your eyes, you take a tentative sip. Saurus leans back in his chair, looking much too smug for your liking.
Your expression speaks volumes, my dear. Still, I would love to hear what you think. How does it taste?
It tastes good. Saurus chuckles.
Good enough to make you want to finish the entire cup?
You pout. Yes. Satisfied, Saurus folds his arms again. And he's like,
I assume we're on the same page now, then.
You nod, slowly, taking longer sips from your cup. The seemingly perpetual smile on his face grows a touch.
Lovely. So, what would you like your first genuine wish to be?
Hold on, how many wishes am I getting? You put your cup down for a moment, licking your lips. Wait, so are you like a genie? Do I only get 3 wishes? Saurus shakes his head. No.
Wish granters are quite different from the genie stereotypes you humans have come up with. First of all, we may grant as many wishes as we or our clients see fit. As long as they're willing to pay, we are willing to grant. Also, there are no word semantics when it comes to wish granting. Before granting any wish, we always ask our clients to specify what they truly want.
Oh, well, that's good.
Lest we misinterpret their wish, thus granting something they had no desire for. It wouldn't be fair, especially since these wishes aren't exactly free.
Yeah, speaking of that, you still haven't told me what I'd owe you should I take you up on this whole wish-granting thing. Saurus taps a thoughtful finger against his chin for a moment.
Well, what you would owe me is entirely up to my own discretion, as it would be with any wish granter. However, most wish granters are willing to work with their clients to find their optimal form of payment.
So, what do you accept as payment?
I've accepted many things as payment before.
Like?
Food, years of my client's life, their soul. Sex.
I can do all but 2 of those things, haha, that being my soul and my lifespan.
The other 2 can be free of charge. I'm going to make you the best lasagna you've ever tasted.
You decide to ignore that last one for the moment in favor of asking about the first. No, let's not. Let's focus on that last one.
I'm very interested in that last one. Your pants. Remove them.
Food? So, you've given someone $1 million for a cheeseburger before? Saurus tilts his head with a short laugh bubbling out, a sound akin to soft chimes.
I love that is your first question, truly. But, to put it simply, yes. Wish granters are all different in terms of what they will and won't accept. Personally, it just depends on my mood.
What mood are we going to have to get you in for that last one? Saurus laughs again.
I can't remember the exact wish. I would need to consult my journal for that information. However, I do recall being quite taken with the idea of trying human food, so I asked my client, who was a renowned chef, to make me their best dish. It was very delicious.
So, what would you want from me? Saurus wastes no time firing your inquiry right back at you.
What would you be willing to give me?
That last thing that we were talking about. Or food. Like I said, I am very proud of my lasagna. I make a really good homemade lasagna. Hold on. I still haven't decided what it is I even want. Saurus's brows lift.
I would have assumed we already closed the book on that. Is romance not what you're looking for, dear Espoir? You mentioned being stood up, correct? If you want, I can bring your date to you.
He doesn't even try to keep the evident disgust out of his tone.
He's like, I guess I could bring your date here if you want. I can get rid of him.
Oh no. For a second I forgot what game jam this was made for.
Or I could find you a soulmate. Which of these 3 options appeal to you the most, Espoir?
Reflexively, you scrunch your nose up. The first 2 options sound awful, and the last one sounds too good to be true, if I'm being honest.
Not at all. If it is what you wish, then I can do it for you. As I said earlier, that is literally the whole point to my existence.
This, I don't know, it kind of feels a bit cheaty, you know? Saurus tilts his head.
I'm not sure I do.
You huff. It's like I don't want someone to love me just because you made them. You understand? Saurus nods solemnly. Do you actually get it?
I see. Then you would prefer something more organic?
Yeah, exactly.
You want something that feels real?
Yep, you got it.
You want a man who is attracted to you of his own volition.
You hit the nail on the head.
Lovely. Then it seems like we are, once again, on the same page. Fortunately for you, my dear, your wish has already been granted.
Wowie! What? What do you... Saurus gestures to himself.
Everything you've just asked for, I could give you.
I am all right with this decision. I'm okay with this turn of events. This is an absolute win. Let's go. Let's get some coffee, or actually, let's get some hot chocolate.
Personally.
Wait. What? Shh. Shut up, me. Your brain is lagging a bit. Is he implying...
You want something that is genuine. You want a man who is attracted to you of his own volition. I can provide you with all of these things, as I am very much attracted to you, dear Espoir.
Saurus's tone portrays his seriousness. Regardless, you're still working to come to terms with it all. But how? I mean, you've just met me. You can't possibly...
I'm not blind, darling. One would have to not only be lacking in sight, but intelligence as well, to find you unattractive. If I have not made my attraction to you quite clear, I could keep telling you how much I...
No, there's really no need for that. Says you, me in the game. No, let him continue. You cut him off before he can say anything else embarrassing.
Regardless, me being attracted to you certainly isn't the issue. If you aren't attracted to me, then we can find another use for your wish.
Hold up a sec. I didn't say all of that.
So you are attracted to me then?
Well, walked right into that one. I mean, one would have to not only be lacking in sight, you sass, poorly imitating Saurus's voice. He laughs, mirth crinkling his closed eyes. You can't help but smile too.
Anyway, I truly do think it would be such a shame to let you leave here empty-handed and unsatisfied. Therefore, I want to make a proposal, dear Espoir.
I do. What is it?
Allow me to be the stand-in for your missing date. We can completely override this mediocre experience with one much more enjoyable. What do you say?
Yeah, what do you get out of all this? Yeah, sounds good. I'd be alright with this. Actually, that sounds a lot better than what I had originally planned.
Oh, what did you have planned?
You snort. I was gonna head home, eat some junk food, and doom scroll until I fell asleep. and play 10 hours of Mugenics, because that's the game I'm addicted to now. Saurus doesn't look like he's judging you, but he does look a little concerned.
That doesn't sound like a bad way to de-stress, if we didn't take the current circumstances into consideration. I'm glad I approached you, Espoir.
You return his smile. Me too. You've definitely made today much better than it should have been.
I would like to make it even better. Perhaps we should head to a place you genuinely want to be in first. Where would you like to go, dear Espoir?
The park? A restaurant? The library? I like a restaurant. I haven't eaten much of anything today. How about going to a restaurant?
That's a good idea. I wouldn't want the lady to starve any further.
Please don't take me anywhere fancy, though. Saurus pouts, a habit of his you're beginning to notice. Oh, he has an adorable pout.
Oh, but you would certainly fit the dress code.
It's not the dress code I'm concerned with. I just want to take things easy for a first date. Saurus's pout shifts into a bright smile.
I'm happy that you consider this our first date.
You mentioned it first.
Indeed I did. But before we head out, allow me to pay for your coffee first.
I didn't even finish it, though. Plus, you shouldn't have to pay for something you didn't even order.
Yes, but shouldn't the person who set up a date be the one to pay for everything?
I don't know about that. I guess it depends on who you ask.
If you ask me, then yes. Also, I want you to have a good memory when you look back on today.
You laugh. You're spoiling me, Saurus. A well-meaning smirk plays at his lips.
I haven't done enough to constitute as spoiling yet, darling. Paying for your drink is the least I can do.
Saurus stands up before you can say anything else in opposition. Again, spoiling. You call after him in a light-hearted tone. Yeah. Hey there, pre-recorded Espoir here, and may I have 30 seconds of your time? Want me to draw your OCs? Check out my Ko-fi page for art commissions as low as $20. Link in the description. Every week I post a Saturday update blog on both of my Patreons and now also my YouTube channel members. With behind-the-scenes stuff, upcoming games I want to play, life stuff, old lady stuff, and pictures of Daisy. Link in the description. Want to see the full uncensored versions of gameplays I can't show on this channel? Join my adult Patreon for the low price of $1 and being over the age of 18. And then do you yearn to wear merch of a super obscure free visual novel? Check out my TeePublic and Teespring t-shirt store. Description in link. Want to support my channel but you have no money? Hit the like button or subscribe. It's free. That's right, free. We're just giving it away. Check out my itch.io page. Play Picture Perfect Boyfriend. It's free. Link in the description. In accordance with your request, Saurus takes you to a restaurant nearby that you've never even seen before, and you were more than familiar with the area. Did he do the magic? On the inside, the restaurant is a lot livelier than you'd give it credit for. It isn't too fancy, and you're more than satisfied with Saurus's choice. The waiter strolls over after you both get settled into your seats. With a smile and a notepad, the young man takes your orders. You aren't sure what to order, so you just stick with the dish that looks familiar. Hamburger, please. Now, what would you two like to drink? Water, lemonade, light soda, dark soda, tea. I like that lemonade there. Lemonade, please.
Wine for me, thank you.
Once your respective orders have been jotted down, the waiter gathers your menus, then bounds off towards the kitchen. As soon as the waiter isn't within earshot anymore, you squint your eyes at Saurus. I can't believe you ordered wine from a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. It's bound to be poor quality. Saurus gives you a small shrug.
I'll never know unless I try it.
Well, yeah.
And besides, all wine must be tried.
Your waiter comes back a few minutes later with your drinks. And here you both are. Your food will be out in a bit. Thank you. You take a sip of your drink, watching carefully as Saurus does the same. Tee! So, how is it?
It's a lot stronger than I was expecting. It has a very distinct flavor. I wonder if this restaurant ferments its own wine.
You sound like a wine connoisseur.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would consider wine tasting a hobby of mine.
Oh, really? What are some of your other hobbies? Besides granting wishes.
I enjoy cooking quite a bit. I received cooking lessons as payment from a few past clients.
Ah, you mean the chef?
Exactly. Though there was also a sweet grandmother who was exceptional at baking. I had her teach me a few things as payment.
Aw.
How about you, Espoir? What are some of your hobbies?
Writing, drawing, cooking, physical activities. I like to draw. I like drawing. It's nice being able to take an image in your head and make it a reality on a canvas. Even when it's frustrating sometimes, I still think it's a good way to occupy myself. You know, being productive and all.
Is productivity an issue for you, Espoir?
Maybe. Sometimes, yeah. Motivation is a biscuit to hold on to, so when I have it, I try not to let it go.
An admirable mindset, as expected of an artist.
You laugh, then take a bashful sip of your drink. Now you're just flattering me.
I can flatter you while also being truthful, can't I?
Maybe.
As long as it makes you smile, I've achieved my goal.
Sorry for the wait. I hope you enjoy your meals.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. You both turn your attention to your plates, and you actively have to resist the urge to salivate over the food. You're once again remembering that you haven't eaten today, aside from a granola bar earlier in the morning. Hey, me too. Before digging in, you take a look at Saurus's plate. Ooh, is that sketty? It looks like he ordered a pasta dish with a side of shrimp. Ooh, You give yourself a mental shake as the thought of asking to try a bite of his food crosses your mind. You don't want to look greedy after all. Cyrus gives you a questioning look, but you just smile in avoidance. But bon appetit! Ikadakimasu!
Bon appetit.
Despite it being a hole-in-the-wall restaurant, you were pleasantly surprised by the food. Cyrus's recommendation turned out to be a pretty good one.
It is getting pretty late. After I settle the bill, I will walk you home, Espoir.
Wait, hold up a sec. Didn't you already pay for my coffee? You don't have to pay for my meal, too.
Does it not make sense for the person who set up the date to pay for everything?
You recall him saying something similar when he paid for your coffee as well. You don't think that logic can be applied to both instances. Still, you can only laugh. Are you gonna let me pay for anything, Cyrus?
How about this? You can pay for our next outing, if you decide to see me again, that is.
You smile. Sure, but don't get your hopes up, mister.
I wouldn't dream of it, my lady.
The walk home was pretty uneventful. The topics are trivial, ranging from food you enjoy, animals you like, and whether or not you think a zombie apocalypse is survivable. It is not. Pretty trivial. Not for me. Tell Cyrus you can make it home from here? When you're about a block from your place, you stop walking. Cyrus stops too, and you turn to face each other. My house is just around the corner, so I can make it from here.
That's good to hear.
Oh, cool, the lighting's changed. Cyrus?
Yes, Espoir?
Thank you for walking me home, and for taking me out, too.
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Could I make a wish now?
Of course.
Then I want to see you again. What kind of payment would you want for granting this wish? Cyrus pretends to mull over your words, rubbing his chin.
I think 5 kisses would suffice. For now.
Oh, no. Isn't that a bit excessive, Mr. Wish Granter?
I actually gave you a discount, since I was going to ask for 10.
You managed to control the large, goofy grin on your face, so you can give Cyrus his payment properly. You start by kissing both sides of his face, his forehead, his nose, and finally, his lips. Oh! When you're finished, Cyrus chuckles.
You are absolutely adorable. Did you know that? I will seriously ask for 10 next time.
You smile, feeling your cheeks beginning to ache. It's been a while since you felt such a thing. I'm looking forward to it.
Have a good night, Espoir.
Because of you, I actually will. Cyrus takes your hand, then places a slow kiss to the back of it. Ah! As he lets your hand go, he suddenly presses his fingers to his lips. It's like he's committing the feeling of yours against his to memory. Tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee. The expression on his face makes you feel hot. And you find yourself unable to move for a second. You swallow. How will I get in contact with you again?
Not to worry. I'll always know when you need me. But if you'd rather be able to call me instead, I can do that as well.
Yeah, that's cool too. After you exchange numbers, you give him a bashful smile. Good night, Cyrus.
Good night, my dear.
Once Cyrus turns around and starts back the way you came, you turn as well and begin your walk around the block. Absent-mindedly, you reach for your phone again to check the time. Then a thought you've had stored in the back of your head suddenly comes to the forefront. You have an app to delete. What did happen to Josh? Ending 1. A lovely date. That was lovely. Oh yeah, there's an about section now. Oh, look at the... Oh. Name, Saurus. Birthday, unknown. Age, unknown. Occupation, master, wish granter. Likes, humans, food. Ambitious people, fashion. Dislikes, humans. I'm sensing a contradiction here. Liars and warm weather. Same. Hobbies, cooking, snorkeling, stargazing, and wine tasting. Personality type, ENFJ. Cute. Squeak. Tee. So what if I go back and choose a few different things? I'd rather not tell a stranger that I'm waiting on someone. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's any of your business. The same smile stays plastered on the man's face.
Ah, yes. My apologies. I do suppose that was a little too forward of me. I haven't even told you my name yet.
That's not what I...
My name is Saurus.
Well, you suppose it's only polite to give your name in return. Maybe not. Even if he is a bit pushy. I'm Espoir.
Espoir, Hope. What a lovely little moniker.
Stop! His smile has now taken a more seductive edge, filling you with more curiosity. Are you being picked up right now? Sir, are you flirting with me?
It's lovely to meet you, darling.
Saurus then leans in closer, indicating his eagerness to continue conversing.
Now, tell me, Espoir, why hasn't your date shown up yet?
'Cause they're a big booty butt, that's why.
They must be a fool to keep a woman like you waiting.
I could be waiting on a friend, you know.
With such an irate expression on your pretty face? I doubt it.
Were you grimacing that hard? Defeated, and tired of continuing the bit, you decide to confirm his assumption.
Allow me to be the stand-in for your missing date. We can completely override this mediocre experience with one much more enjoyable. What do you say?
What do you get out of all this? Instead of me just going, sounds good, what do you get out of this? I know we've established our, mutual attraction and all, but I'm still wondering what you could possibly get out of this, Saurus. Well, aside from a client, I suppose. Saurus's brow furrows.
While I do value my job as a wish granter, that isn't the only interest I have. Some things I do are out of pure self-fulfillment.
And dating me would be fulfilling to you?
Exactly.
Not what I would expect from a self-proclaimed wish granter, honestly. You laugh wryly.
What would you expect from a wish granter, then?
I don't know. Maybe a lot more manipulation? You shrug. Saurus pouts.
I thought I already went over how different we are from genies.
You did. I'm just trying to, figure you out.
There's no need for you to figure out anything, Espoir. You could just ask me, preferably at a different location. One that would make you happy.
That sounds good, actually.
Then where would you like to go, darling?
Let's go to the park this time. How about we head to the park? It's been a while since I've been able to enjoy nature.
A walk in the park sounds lovely, Espoir. Are there any parks around here that you favor?
Not necessarily. As long as it looks pretty and has decent reviews, I think it should be fine.
Then I'm leaving our destination in your hands, my dear. But before we head out, allow me to pay for your coffee first.
Aww. Once your drink is paid for, the two of you leave the coffee shop side by side. Fortunately, the local park you have in mind is only a 5-minute walk from the cafe. Ooh. You and Saurus stand out quite a bit once you enter the park. You're both dressed nicely, as if you've just come straight out of a fashion magazine. Needless to say, your outfit earns you a few glances and double takes. Saurus, who seems to be used to the attention, pays them no mind. You must have a lot of fans, huh? Being a wish granter and all.
I wouldn't exactly call them fans.
Groupies?
No, that makes me sound famous.
I mean, aren't you? Saurus tilts his head with a well-meaning chuckle bubbling out.
Have you ever heard of me, or a wish granter before today, Espoir?
Well, no, but that doesn't mean you can't be famous, you know. There's tons of celebrities a majority of people have never heard of before. Saurus rubs his chin thoughtfully.
Point taken. But no, I'm not famous at all. Wish granters are supposed to wipe the memories of their clients once their work is finished, actually.
Oh,
So the likelihood of me becoming famous is quite low.
really? Why's that? Saurus gives a light shrug.
It's a stipulation in our contracts, though between me and you,
He leans a bit closer.
I don't always follow the guidelines of my contracts.
You must be a heckish employee, Saurus.
Something like that, yes.
Actually, you're pretty curious about this whole wish-granting business. Surely he wouldn't mind answering a few questions, right? So, what's it like being a wish-granter? Do you get benefits? Saurus hides a snicker behind his hand.
No, nothing like that, I'm afraid. Wish granters aren't human, so we don't require the same things as you, such as food, water, shelter, or health insurance.
You scoff. Lucky. Saurus playfully bumps you with his shoulder.
Thus, it is a wish granter's job to make your lives easier, as they are quite difficult as it is. I'd say my job is very fulfilling. I enjoy watching a person's wishes come true. Well, as long as they're deserving of such a thing.
How do you pick your clients, Saurus? Do you just go after the cute ones?
It varies from wish granter to wish granter. Some are willing to grant any and every person's wish, no matter their backgrounds or personalities. Me, personally.
Saurus scrunches up his nose, a look of irritation passing over his face for a split second.
I refuse to grant the wishes of distasteful humans.
Distasteful? You mean like bad people?
Well, bad is subjective, depending on who you're talking to. But in short, yes, I have a strong dislike for humans who trample over others, uncaring of anyone but themselves. Self-important humans are the worst.
I assume you've run into a lot of humans like that, huh? Saurus scoffs bitterly.
Too much for my liking.
So, what do you do when someone like that asks for your wish-granting services?
Oh, humans never ask for our services. We're the ones who seek out those who are in need of a wish or two granted. Only after surveying them do we realize what kind of person we're dealing with. From there, the wish granter can decide if they want to reach out and make contact or not. I try to avoid those kinds of people as much as I possibly can.
Have you ever granted a wish from a person you didn't like? Saurus's smile falls a touch.
Yes, once. But that's a fairly dreary story, not quite befitting such a lovely day, don't you agree?
Saurus holds his hand out for you to take. Oh, you do, even though you're still curious about his story. You decide to ask him some other time. You and Saurus walk through the entire park, chatting idly and enjoying the light breeze. I'm probably still starving. Eventually, you reach a cluster of rose bushes and stop to admire them and steal some of the roses. I wonder if they have a gardener come out and tend to these often. They look so fresh. I wish we could take one or two without getting in trouble. You say absent-mindedly, gazing at the crimson flowers. Oh, that was a wish.
Wish, you say?
You turn towards Saurus. Saurus, what are you doing? We can't pick those. The wish granter twirls the rose around in between his fingers with a wide smile on his lips.
You wished for one or two, right? That's an easy wish, Espoir.
You darn near facepalm. I do facepalm. I would, but I'd get Vaseline all over my glasses, so I'm not going to do that. No, God, I was just talking. I didn't want you to grant anything. Saurus just keeps smiling.
Oh, silly me. I had no idea. I should have asked for a clarification first, my dear. Well, let's just consider this another freebie,
You squint your eyes at him. He knew exactly what he was doing before he did it. Cute.
Well, since I've already plucked this lone rose,
he approaches you and smoothly slides the flower behind your ear.
It should enjoy the company of another flower, at the very least.
You turn away from him before he can see the look on your face. You're so cheesy, Saurus. He laughs.
You don't dislike it, though, do you?
I didn't say that. You grumble your response. Saurus attempts and fails to suppress another chuckle. You laughing at me, sir?
I wonder if you have any idea just how cute you are, Espoir.
You don't have to flatter me, you know. I'm already your client, Saurus.
I've already told you that whether or not you're my client is irrelevant to how I feel about you.
You raise an eyebrow. You speak with a lot of finality for a guy who just met me. Saurus just shrugs.
I'd like to believe I have a pretty good grasp on the things I like, Espoir.
You decide to backtrack a bit, hoping you didn't offend him in some way. Sorry, I'm not doubting you or anything. It's just... He shakes his head, a good-natured smile playing on his lips.
You don't have to apologize for anything. I understand.
Thank you, Saurus.
Of course, Espoir. Would you like to head back now? I can walk you home.
Sure. I think I've gotten enough fresh air to last me another week or so. My skin, you better enjoy this vitamin D. We ain't gonna see it for a few days.
You don't get out much, do you?
It depends on my mood. And the weather. And the weather, of course. Yep.
I see. Then, what's your favorite season for outings, my dear?
I like the autumn. It's just cold enough, it's not hot, the leaves are nice, everything smells great. I think fall is my favorite season. It's the perfect balance when it comes to temperature and things to do, and leaves turning different colors is always nice to see.
Ah, great minds think alike. Autumn is my favorite season, too.
Oh, really? You must despise summer.
Indeed, which further solidifies the fact that I should take you on more dates.
You laugh. For some reason, I feel like even if we didn't have that in common, you'd still take me out.
And you'd be correct, my dear.
Saurus takes your hand in his once more, leading you towards the park's exit with a gentle smile on his face. Oh, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. What do you mean this is part of the Yandere game jam? The walk home is pretty uneventful. All right, we've been to the park, we've been to a restaurant. What are we going to do at the library? How about the library? There's a few books I've been meaning to check out, actually. Oh, but if you aren't a fan of reading, we don't have to go.
I do enjoy reading, so a visit to the library is a great suggestion, Espoir.
Really? That's great, then. Yeah, he does look like someone who'd just quietly hang out at the library. The local library isn't too far, and you've pretty much memorized the directions to it. Saurus is more than happy to follow your lead. Oh, the library isn't too busy today. That's fortunate.
Agreed. The atmosphere is quite lovely as well.
Right? That's why I like coming here so much. If I have time, I even sit down and read a bit before I borrow a book and head out.
That sounds like a good idea. Why don't we look around and find something we can read together here?
Oh, reading a book with somebody. Yeah, sure. They usually keep my favorite genre in the corner of the library. If you need me, I'll be there.
Of course, dear.
You decide to take your time browsing through the books, figuring Saurus wouldn't mind nor rush you. Fortunately, there also seems to be some new books that had been brought in recently. Which genre do you want to check out?
Superhero, romance, psychological horror, mystery, adventure. I've been akin to mystery books, actually. The mystery section looks like it has some newer books in stock. You decide to check there. Your fingers run absentmindedly along the various spines until they finally settle on a pretty teal one. Ooh. Reynard by Pre Karen. I thought that sounded familiar. Oh, hey, Pre Karen! Yeah, Pre Karen. I've played Killer Trade and Where Winter Crows Go. I don't think I've played Reynard. I think that's a spin-off of a character from Killer Trait. I'll have to check that out. You carefully open the book to the story synopsis, interested to see what it's about. Private Detective Feline Arcana is tasked with interviewing a peculiar man named Carl to gauge his qualifications for herself. Whether or not he gets the job is completely up to the detective. Will he succeed? I should probably play that. Sounds mysterious. Carol. Sorry, Carl, your name is now Carol. Carl's attractive too, so bonus points. Yeah, he's real mysterious. He's one of those characters that knows a little bit more than they should. You look down at the book in your hands and smile, satisfied. I guess I should go find Saurus, now that I found a book. I wonder if there's other dev Easter eggs. Saurus isn't easy to find. Really? After searching for what felt like hours, you finally found your date on the first floor, nestled between many bookshelves. It's almost like a maze. There you are, you whisper yell once Saurus is within earshot. He turns to face you immediately, smiling. Sir! Hello, Espoir. I'm sorry. I didn't think you would decide on a book so quickly. I was going to come to you.
No, it's fine. I thought I'd take a bit longer, too.
Saurus gestures to the space beside him. Come, sit by me.
I see you found a book, you say, conversationally.
Saurus chuckles. Indeed.
What you reading?
It looked interesting, so I picked it up.
How is it so far?
I can't quite say. I've only read a few lines. Would you like me to read it to you? There aren't many people around right now, so we wouldn't disturb anyone.
Sure. I'm curious to see what you chose.
Fantastic. Be adorable if it was a cookbook.
Ooh.
The sun was beginning to set, and she hadn't found shelter yet. In addition to the incoming darkness, storm clouds were also rolling in. With an impatient huff, the weary woman forced her legs to move faster until they ached. She figured dealing with sore muscles would be much more tolerable than being soaked and unprotected in the dark forest she was stuck in. The last thing she wanted was to be surrounded by hungry creatures and run through the woods for her life. The thought alone made her shudder and walk just a tad bit faster to avoid such a fate. Fortunately, it wasn't long before she came across a sizable building, one she had assumed to be an abandoned castle. There were no holes in the structure, and it looked to be fairly stable. As she came closer to the castle's entrance, one thing did bother the woman, however. The castle was surrounded by murky swamp water, and she had no desire to go anywhere near it. Disregarding the swamp, she pushed open the castle doors and crept into the building. The heavy doors closed behind her noisily as she sank to the floor with her back to them. She could hear the rain beginning to pelt the surrounding area, causing her to smile in relief. She had gotten inside just in time. Taking a moment to look over her supplies, she figured spending the night here would be the best option. Eventually, she got up to examine the area, quickly noting the candles that were lit in various places. Strange. Why would there be lit candles in an old abandoned castle? She quickly reassured herself that it was nothing, that another squatter could have lit them before leaving. Yes, that had to be it. After all, what kind of person would live in such a secluded and murky area? It was impossible.
Unless you're Dracula.
Her reassurance almost worked. Almost. It wasn't until her foot hit something on the floor that her fortunate fantasy crumbled to dust. It was a decaying skull. Lord knows how long that's been there. Once she recovered from her temporary stupor, her panicked eyes darted around. As if they had just materialized, she finally noticed all of the bones littering the castle's floor in different shapes and sizes. She wasn't even sure how she managed to miss them. There were so many. Subconsciously, she began backpedaling from whence she came, only to be stopped in her tracks by a smooth voice calling out, My, it's not every day that I receive a visit from a little human such as yourself." She tried her best to pinpoint exactly where the voice had come from, but it was difficult to see in the places where the candle's light wouldn't reach. "Leaving so soon? Why, we haven't even been introduced." The hypnotic voice practically purred.
"Is it Dracula? 'Cause if you're Dracula, I'm staying."
Every fiber in her being shouted at her to just run, and she wasn't exactly keen on sticking around to find out who was speaking to her. Without responding, or even grabbing her bag, she took off towards the castle doors. However, her escape plan was quickly impeded by something large and heavy slamming down in front of her, blocking the exit. She practically had to force herself to turn around, body rigid with fear. Humans. Honestly, your manners are deplorable. Not only are you trespassing in my home, but you're also not even bothering to greet me." The sight before her was one she had never glimpsed in her entire life. It was a well-dressed man. Well, calling it a man would be somewhat of a stretch. He was wearing a fancy robe with baggy sleeves and jewelry that complemented his long flowy hair. In lieu of legs, his bottom half contained only a long, wide tail, resembling that of a snake's.
"That is not going to stop me from flirting with it."
Her head jerked back and forth between him and the door, and she soon came to realize that his tail was what had blocked her escape. The creature gave her a smile, eyes hooded, as his forked tongue flicked out from between his lips. "Awfully quiet, aren't we, human? Have you nothing to say for your lack of manners?" For whatever reason, her brain just couldn't comprehend what she was looking at, let alone register the fact that it was speaking to her. The creature rolled his eyes before slithering closer, bending his head down until he was almost at her height and staring directly into her eyes.
Oh, wait, is this a giant snake?
Her body was still frozen, and she couldn't bring herself to move as the creature sized her up with a thoughtful hum, tongue still flickering.
"A giant snake man, you say? In regal clothing?
Trying her hardest to swallow down her fear and apologize, she finally opened her mouth to speak.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that this place belonged to someone."
She was unsure of what this creature's intentions were, and the various bones scattered everywhere didn't exactly fill her with hope. "Ah, so she speaks." The snake purred lowly, a grin spreading across his face.
I was just trying to find shelter from the rain. I didn't mean to bother you, sir. I'll just be going now."
No, there's no need for you to leave in such a hurry," he said, as his fingers slipped underneath her chin, lifting her head up higher to maintain eye contact with him. "After all, a pretty little snack has come to me of her own volition. This is an occasion that must be savored indeed." It took all of the courage in her body to knock his hand away and take a few shaky steps backwards.
Snack? You don't actually plan to eat me, right?
God, she wasn't even sure why she had asked such a redundant question. The bones on the floor should have been answer enough. The snake creature didn't appear to be offended at all that she had slapped his hand away. If anything, he was amused, grinning at her with his fangs on full display. "But of course I mean to eat you, cute little thing. It'd be such a waste to let you leave," he purred, slitted pupils dilating slightly as he drank in her horrified expression.
"Is there really no other way I can leave this place in one piece?" she pleaded, hoping that even a shred of mercy lay dormant in that cold heart of his. Unfortunately for her, there was none. Aw, man.
I'm afraid not. It really is a shame. Let's just say, wrong place, wrong time, human. The creature's tone held no remorse whatsoever as he slowly slithered towards her.
Please don't eat me. I'll do anything. Please."
Surprisingly, her plea actually managed to stop the snake in his tracks. He appeared to be contemplating something. "Anything? Really?" he asked, tongue flickering momentarily.
Yes, anything."
She could already feel regret settling in her chest, but anything else would be better than being eaten, right? The creature said nothing as he slithered even closer, fingers holding his chin as a thoughtful expression passed over his handsome face. "Now that I'm getting a better look at you, your body isn't half bad, little human." He gave her a wide smile, once more before voicing his final decision. "If being my meal does not satisfy you, then you will—"
Huh? What was that about? What was that about breeding? Hold on, you're not getting away with that. Then you will be the perfect breeding stock instead. You slap a hand over Saurus's mouth before you can continue reading. Saurus? Saurus, what kind of book did you pick up? What's it called and where can I read it? Hold up a second. Isn't this just smut? You feel him smiling behind your hand before you remove it.
Well, yes, I suppose it is.
You did that on purpose. He had to have known when he grabbed it off the shelf. You sigh deeply. We can't read this filth out loud? In public? Oh my god. Don't you
I'll stop here, for now then. If you'd like, I can lend you the book. You side-eye him for a bit before speaking. When you're done with it.
Yeah.
Then I will lend it to you. Well, now that we have our books, would you like to head home?
Sounds good. I think one new book for now is more than enough.
Agreed.
Saurus holds his hand out to you.
Shall we?
Oh. Man, I should probably do some more reading. The walk home is pretty uneventful. The topics are trivial, ranging from food you enjoy and animals you like, and whether or not you think a zombie apocalypse is survivable. Again, no, especially not me. I'd run out of breath just going up one flight of stairs too fast. Ooh, instead of telling Saurus we can make it home from here, now we can invite him back to my place. After the book we read. Saurus. Saurus?
Yes, Espoir?
You don't normally invite a person back to your place after only one date, but it's been a while since you had someone over. And Saurus has been nothing short of sweet. Would you like some water? I mean, we've been walking everywhere, so...
Oh, I'd love that, Espoir. Thank you.
You don't even make it 4 steps into your foyer before you're taking Saurus by his jacket lapels and kissing him. Yeah, good on you, mate. He returns your kiss with just as much urgency, moving in to hold onto your waist. You voice your approval against his lips, pushing back harder against him, as if the two of you weren't close enough. The feeling of Saurus's tongue against yours lulls you further into an aroused haze and turns your brain into mush. You can't think of anything else. You don't want to think of anything else.
Espoir.
The way he says your name. Huh? You could listen to it all night long. And perhaps we will.
I don't want to ruin your impression of me.
I don't mind if you ruin me.
Espoir.
Saurus gives you a pained look, fingers twitching against your hips as he places a bit of distance between you both. It's clear he wants to continue, but there's something holding him back. Is it your job?
Please, don't tempt me. I can't stay the night. There's paperwork I need to start so I can officially claim you.
Claim? He cuts himself short, then breathes in slowly.
Document you as my client and keep track of your wishes and payments thus far.
You give him a playful smile and another kiss. Chew. I commend your work ethic and self-control, Saurus. He shakes his head in direct disagreements with your words.
You shouldn't praise me for that. Because once everything is documented, I fully intend to take you up on your gracious offer.
He suddenly grabs your hips, dragging you against his body once more. Hee! You let out an embarrassing squeak of his name, squirming but not shying away from his touch. Saurus groans, the sound causing your stomach to flip pleasantly.
Oh, I can't wait to see what other cute noises I can pull out of you.
Don't say that!
He then clears his throat and lets you go, much to your disappointment.
Unfortunately, I really should be going now.
Aww.
Let's exchange numbers first. Most of my clients tend to favor two-way contact by the phone.
Once numbers have been saved, you waste no time in kissing Saurus one last time. His smile fills you with a fervently sought-after warmth. A warmth that overrides everything else.
The feeling of your lips on mine shall follow me all the way home, my dear Espoir. I hope you realize what you've done.
I haven't done anything yet. I just gave you something to remember me by, for the night. He chuckles.
As if I could forget a woman like you.
Send me a message when you get home?
Of course. But don't lose any sleep over me, yes? We will have much to do tomorrow. My lovely, lovely Espoir.
Oh no. Ending 2. Let's meet tomorrow.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, Espoir.
Yes?
I wonder what you'll give me, how much you'll give me, before you decide to give yourself to me entirely. I cannot wait to find out.
Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, I like him. He's made up of everything I really, really like. I wonder if this will be continued, if this is a one-off thing. I wouldn't mind seeing Saurus some more. I would greatly enjoy. And where's that book? Where's that book about the Snake Man? Can I borrow that?
Right. There are a few things in our contract I forgot to mention.
The credits have rolled. You can't pull more shenanigans out on me.
But they are inconsequential to your happiness in the end, and that rises above all else. Even another human's life.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on, what? Wait. Saurus?
Saurus! What are you talking?
What happened to Josh? Real quick, I wanted to go back to see if there were any more Easter eggs for other games. Adventure books. You decide to head for the adventure section. It looks like it was recently stocked, too. I haven't read this book before.
2 hours later.
It's my baby! It's my son!
Huh?
My other son! Thank you, he maybe! Gentil Alouette is a game that I've been working on for probably 8 years now. It's a very personal story for me. It's basically the reason I'm here right now. It's my first time wanting to make like a really big story game, but also to make it a really personal one. Essentially, the reason why I chose the name Espoir du Vide. It's the reason for all of the French, or at least like a culmination of all the reasons. Because it's so personal, I'm still like trying to fit it together. Like I'm still trying to figure out the best way to tell it. But there is like a very like dirty, messy demo on itch.io. If you want to check it out, you can. But there's a lot I plan on changing. But still, it's like a little time capsule of stuff at the time. Thank you. Alright, I gotta stop my heart from exploding. Oh, Gentil Alouette, by Espoir du Vide. Hey, they have the same name as me. Aww. Small world. You carefully open the book to the story synopsis, interested to see what it's about. An introverted little bird named Alouette is forced to leave his comfortable egg in order to retrieve the song stolen from his precious music box. However, there seems to be something terribly wrong with this world he's living in. Oh, sounds interesting. Sounds like I should finish it. Well, no. I don't want to rush myself with this game. This game is very, very dear to my heart. All of the characters are very important to me, so I don't want to rush. Who knows how long this game will take me to finish, but I'm not going to rush this one. The unique art style is a plus, too. That just made my day. That made my entire week. I can't wait to tell my husband. What's under psychological horror? Oh dear. I dread to think what might be under psychological horror. You've always been a huge fan of horror, especially psychological. Excitement courses through you as you all but skip over to the new releases. Psychological horror always has a way of pleasantly surprising you. Cool. Oh yeah, that definitely would be psychological horror. Big Bad Dogs by Sparrow. Yeah. You carefully open the book to the story synopsis, interested to see what it's about. Step inside the shoes of a young woman working the night shift at a convenience store who's doing her best to simply survive and get her life back on track. Her monotonous routine is eventually broken by a strange man in a motorcycle helmet that never seems to come off. Working the night shift in a convenience store is a psychological horror in of itself. Yeah, honestly. I like it. Yeah, and then there's something about the color red, and it makes her have a panic attack, and it's a really good story. Oh dear, what could be under romance? Romance is certainly a guilty pleasure genre for most, yet it never stops you from getting more books. Unashamed and on autopilot, you make your way to the romance section. It's fairly empty, save for a middle-aged woman leafing through an erotic novel. You can't judge. Nope. Ooh, yeah, Yinny's game! He's Just Away by Hello Yinny. Not just a game developer, but also a fantastic YouTuber who you should totally check out. You carefully open the book to the story synopsis, interested to see what it's about. A grieving widow has lost her dear husband, Seto, yet she refuses to accept his death. In order to fix the cracks in her lonely heart, she creates an android replica of her deceased husband. Her brand new lover is more than happy to shower her in the affection she's been missing forever. Yeah, that's gonna be a good story. Yinny's gonna make us cry. Ooh, looks like the story has some spicier elements to it, too. Interesting. And, what's the superhero one? There's only 2 superhero games that I can think of that come to mind. You don't frequent the superhero section as much anymore, since there hasn't been any new releases in a while. Still, your desire to read a book about superheroes doing superhuman things takes over, and your legs carry you on over. Much to your surprise and excitement, there is a new book! Nestled neatly in the first shelf, you quickly reach to grab it. Yeah! Oh, man, that looks cool as a book cover! Binary Star Hero by Concrete Parasite! Woo! You carefully open the book to the story synopsis, interested to see what it's about. Being the country's top hero, while enviable by most, undeniably comes with its drawbacks. Binary Star's light shines brightly. Binary Star's light shines blindingly bright against darkness and evil, striking fear into any ne'er-do-wells. But who is Binary Star really? Oh wow, I wonder if this is going to be a hero-turned-villain kind of situation. I'm already interested. It's very good. It's very good. It's super good. And it's a full game, I believe. You should totally check out all these games. You look down at the book in your hands and smile, satisfied. Can't believe there's a cameo for my gentille Alouette. I might even actually finish that game in this lifetime. Oh, if you try to quit, he goes, leaving already? I will miss you. Alright, I'm gonna stay. Well, that was Dark Roast Romance, another lovely game by the developer He-May-Be. I highly suggest you check out her other games. They're also cozy and beautiful. And I love how there's almost always a little Easter egg after you get, like, the main endings. I love that so much. I, for one, would be very interested in seeing Saurus again, but, that's just me. Because, I happen to really like characters with fox face and yellow eyes. And, of course, if you have an itch.io account, you can rate the games you really like and follow the developer. And of course, if you would like to watch more amazing visual novels, feel free to peruse around my channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, because it really does help out my channel. It helps it get out to more people, and it gets us closer to 100,000 subscribers. Well, anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.